So I mean, the listeners listening right now, you can obviously hear the passion. You can hear like the tonality of the way she's pronouncing certain things. Like you know that she's engaged in what she's doing. And as this interview progresses, you're going to hear about all her accolades and her awards, and they're well deserved. But I want to take it back. I want to time travel back, right? I want to go back to your college. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you go to Northern Arizona University?
I did.
So, and I want the people to listen to this. Like, what was your major?
Music performance. I am a flutist.
Yes. So here's my question. How the hell does someone get a degree in music through a flute turn out to be a financial planner?
Oh, I love this story. It has two parts. There are two parts to this. So the first aspect is that I am so detail oriented, right? Like that's one piece of it is when I was doing my degree in music, just the sheer organization of my schedule was daunting to the people around me. Like I was the one who kept everyone else on track. I was the one who like was practicing, right? So practicing several hours a day, really honing my craft
Mhm.
was really, really important to me. And that skill set absolutely transferred. The other aspect of it is that math and music, like money, numbers, music, data, like they actually light up the same parts of the brain
Mhm.
when you are in the act of creating music. And so those like the brain waves are actually quite similar.
Mhm.
And math and music, they were always fairly easy for me. The second aspect was that the thing that I actually really loved, and when I was doing my degree in flute performance, I didn't ever think I was gonna like play in an orchestra. I
Mhm.
wasn't gonna, go join the Boston Symphony. The flute is extremely competitive. There are just so many flute players. It didn't ever seem like that was going to be a thing. So I would play at weddings. I got to play for different orchestra. I did get to do a lot of playing and gigging, as we call it, and I enjoyed that. But the thing that I actually really loved was teaching.
Mhm.
And so when I was in the thing that was actually really special about me in college is that I volunteered at a lot of elementary schools until I started building a flute studio, and I ended up having the biggest flute studio
Mhm.
in Flagstaff for a while, that I built from scratch. And I loved it. It was so special to me to be teaching these students, and I have so many amazing stories from my time as a teacher. But that was my first true entrepreneurial experience, was building that flute studio from scratch, from literally networking and volunteering. And so that aspect of building my flute studio is what got me noticed when I went to, when I applied for, a job in financial services. I was like, well, I've done this before. Seems kind of similar. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way the path went from that. And my first job out of college was working at a bank.
Mhm.
That was my other dream job when I was little. I thought it would be very cool to be a bank teller. So I did that for a year or two.
So I mean, obviously